And on the 7th episode, Miss Carvey has created super simple smoothies. And this is how simple it is. We are gonna prep a bunch of our fruits and some of our veg from our garden or from the grocery store, and we're gonna pack them into these little packages so we can always make a super quick smoothie snack. I'm gonna begin with washing our kale and our strawberries. There's been a lot of people wondering, how do you wash your fruits and vegetables when you get them home? So here we go. We're gonna go right to the sink. All right, when it's time to wash strawberries and our kale, strawberries are super delicate. They're like little babies. You do not want to wash them when you get home and then put them in the refrigerator, or they're going to get moldy and gross and slimy really quickly. And when you're washing them in your sink water, you want to wash it under cold water, not hot, or you're going to cook them. And they're going to also turn into sludge and strawberry slime. Not fun. And then I'm going to show you how to wash this kale. So first I'm going to put my kale to the side. I'm going to make sure I turn it on cold. I like to do it like the raining, like it looks like it's raining, to represent like how they will be washed in the earth. You're just going to rinse them off. Make sure they're all rinsed off. All your gray water is going to the bottom. And then you're going to stop. And I'm going to set them on this side to drain. Now for our kale. I am just only washing just a few pieces of kale because I've already done a lot of kale, but kale has all these really cool grooves in them and they grow up through the soil, so you want to make sure you remove any of that. I'm going to do the same thing with my kale, and I'm just going to rinse it. And this is pretty tough, so you can kind of manhandle it or woman handle it, if you want to say. Make sure it's all rinsed out, and when you feel it, it's not gritty. And I'm just going to shake this. You could also put it in like a little towel and shake it up, or a salad spinner works as well. Okay, I'm going to bring these back to our prep station. So we have our kale, and we're going to remove the rib of the kale. And this is how I always remove like stuff from collard greens or Swiss chard. So you can use this method. You're gonna take your knife, pinch in the middle, and roll your fingers underneath. You're gonna slide to the side, each side of your rib, and pull your rib off. You put that in your compost bowl. And I'm just gonna do one right now. I'm gonna lay it to this side, and I'm gonna chop it up like this in bite-sized pieces. It really doesn't matter if it's really uniform now, because it's all gonna go into a blender, and then you just put it over to the side. Let me show you a chiffonade really quickly. Same method, pinch, roll, cut to both sides, take out the rib. And now we're going to do a chiffonade, which is a fancy word in French that means to cut into ribbons. We're going to roll it up, just like this. And we're going to cut down, and it makes a pretty little ribbon. I'm going to take those and put those in here. So I just wanted to show you a fancy knife cut. Another alternative way to cut kale for kids, little kids, is you can use a plastic salad knife. You can get them online, very inexpensive. Also, you can just use their hands. So you can just have them just peel it along the rib. Just pull that rib out. They'll love that. And then just tear up the pieces into bite-sized pieces. On to our strawberries. So our strawberries were all washed and clean, but now you need to take a little paper towel and pat them dry gently, because they bruise easily and they smash easily once you have them all washed and clean. So I'm doing this also because I don't want them to get all frosty in the freezer. So I'm just going to do this for right now. And I'm going to move, and I'm going to change knives. So you do use the right knife for the right job. And this is a paring knife. And because I'm doing small items, I'm going to use that instead of a big chef's knife. So with the paring knife, I'm going to just slide across the top. So the little top comes off, and you want to get most of the red stuff, right? Because that's what we're going to eat. I'm going to go across. You could go down in like this and go around and pull it out like this, but more accidents happen like that, and I just think it's easier just to slide across the top. All right, once you have your strawberries, we're going to just quarter them up. Oh, I love to teach this. Fractions, like in fraction fruit salad, you have your whole strawberry. You're going to cut it in half, because 2 halves make a whole. Then you lay it down on his stomach, the flat part. That way they understand when you're cutting more different things, you know to lay things flat so you don't have to chase them around the board. And now we're going to cut them into fourths, just like that. When you're doing knife skills with young kids, you definitely want to let them do it like this, then on its stomach and cut in half, because that's just going to encourage better knife skills. Okay, now we have the banana, and I learned this from watching like one of those National Geographics that monkeys actually peel their bananas not from the top but from the bottom. So they turn them upside down and they squeeze and they peel this way. I love that. It is a much easier method, and you don't smush your banana at the top. And then there you have your peel. I'm going to put that in the compost. You have your perfectly peeled banana. So for the banana, I like to do it in 1/16 because you can really do your fractions. So you have a whole banana, cut it in half, and then you're going to cut it into 8 pieces. Oh, that's not exactly 8, but when I'm actually concentrating, I'll do it a little bit better. But just pretend it's in 1/16. Okay, so here's your banana, cut up into the pieces, and here's a little trick. In order for your bananas not to brown, you want to cut off a little piece of lemon, and you want to squeeze the lemon juice on top. Now, because this is going into a smoothie box, that's really not that important because you're just going to blend it all up in the blender anyways. But also when you're making a fruit salad or something and you're using bananas and you want them to look pretty and yellow longer, you want to squeeze a little bit of citric acid on it. You can use lemon, oranges, or limes. Now it's time to assemble. And I wanted to pull out something from my refrigerator, which is I had some frozen blueberries and also some frozen cherries. I'm going to put those in there too, because I'm going to use those. And frozen fruit is great. You can use frozen mangoes. You can even use frozen pineapple. Anything frozen, you can put this in your smoothie mix. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put in all of this healthy green kale. We already know kale is a superfood. Right in here. Then I'm going to put in some pineapple for all of that vitamin C. I love pineapple. And then we're going to add our strawberries. And scoot it over. And then we're going to add our bananas. This already looks like a salad, doesn't it? And then we're going to throw in our cherries and our blueberries, a handful of each. And we're going to go down the line, and I already have some of those in here, so I'm going to put them right over here. Put some cherries in here and blueberries in here. These are my last two that need to be filled up. All right, it's time for our final step. The ginger. We're going to add fresh grated ginger, and it's going to add that extra zing, and it's going to help with our digestion. So the ginger is actually a root that grows underneath the ground, and we are going to cut about 1 inch off the ginger. So we're going to use a right tool, which is a paring knife. I'm going to cut one right here. There we go. So it should be about from the top of your finger to the middle is about an inch. We're gonna set it to the side, and we're gonna use our trusty spoon because that is how chefs peel ginger. You're gonna take the side of your spoon and slide it to reveal the root at the bottom. And this is how it should look, right? And I have one already prepped for us. And I'm gonna use a grater. You can tell I've been grating some ginger right here. You're gonna be really careful because this is like 100 little knives. So you're going to just scrape it up and down, and you're gonna watch your fingers. What I tell the kids at school is when you hear your brain say stop, listen to your brain because it's trying to protect your fingers and protect you from hurting yourself on this grater. So mine's gonna say stop, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take my spoon, and I'm gonna slide all the goodness out, and I'm gonna put it right here because it's gonna blend up, and we're gonna into our smoothie. And voila, there you have it, a perfectly prepped package, ready for the freezer and then into our blender. The time has come to put together our super simple smoothie. So I have all of our fresh fruits and a little bit of veg that we prepared. And I'm gonna put that in. I've got my strawberries and my pineapple, which are both high in vitamin C. I'm throwing in my bananas. Well, I'm just gonna use my hand. My bananas and my kale, and my bananas are high in potassium, and my kale has vitamin A, B, C, and K. It also is high in iron and in calcium. So I'm gonna throw all of those in there. My cherries, I'm just gonna give it a look because I might have to add a little bit later. Also, I'm gonna add, you can add your favorite liquid. I'm gonna add a little bit of orange juice, but you can do coconut water. You can do any almond milk or anything like that. Also, I'm gonna put a little scoop of protein powder. You don't have to put protein powder in it, but some people like a little extra protein to get started in the day or as for a meal replacement. So I'm putting a little bit, and this is a vegan protein powder. You can get any kind of protein powder. Now you can order them online too. You can check them all out online. I'm going to put in my favorite Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is amazing. Where is my spoon? There it is. Okay, Greek yogurt is amazing. It is really good for your immune system because it has all those probiotics in it, which are going to help your gut. Because when your gut is healthy, the rest of you are healthy. Your whole immune system is right here in your gut. So you have to take care of your gut. That's why you are what you eat. Then, of course, you don't have to, but I always squeeze a little bit of honey. And this is honey that was right down the street from Pearland. So it's a local honey. And that's great because anytime you get a local honey, always look for a local honey in your own region or in Texas or wherever you live, because that is going to help you with this horrible allergy season. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of ice in here. And I keep a little crushed ice just in case I need it. Maybe I'm going to do a little bit more juice. Okay, and we're going to see. Let's blend it up and see what we get. Okay, let's try. That looks good. Okay. And I'm going to have Leiko garnish it with a little bit of mint. We have mint growing like crazy in our backyard, and it's just pretty. Food, and it's edible. It'll freshen your breath. So he's gonna take his, and you're gonna put one for mommy. Awesome. So here's to you, Leiko. Here's to you guys. Cheers. Have a great time enjoying your super simple smoothie.
Cheers.